All right, yeah, golden letters. So here on the screen, I have Shelly Levine from Mitch and Murray sending a note card. So this one's a golden note card, but it could be a golden letter. It says, would you consider selling your house at 123 Main Street to a client of mine? If yes, call or text me at, and then there's a number, and there's a little cross out, and then we have a little PS that says, if you want, you can scan the QR code if you want a report that shows what a buyer might pay. So here's where you would put your iList URL or your home value page, your home bot, whatever that might be, right here. So the QR scan goes to that. Eric, have you seen these before?
The golden letters?
Yeah. So there's this podcast I was watching last week. There's this guy out in Maine, Golden Letters Real Estate. He was talking about how he's sending a bunch of these, and it generates about half of his business. I'm forgetting his name, and I feel bad. That the YouTube channel is Brendan Bartik, and then I forget the gentleman, the kid's name. He's like 22 years old, so I'm calling him a kid. That's not fair. I started in real estate when I was 19, so I shouldn't do that. Because I remember it being an issue. People thought I couldn't do my job because I was young. But anyway, it's this video: sell 26 homes in the next 12 months with Golden Letter. And I was watching a podcast on the plane last week. It occurred to me that Thanks.io will be a good way to deliver these. So not only for real estate. So we do real estate, we do insurance, and a bunch of different verticals. So here's the scripting in a note card, and then Eric, but I want to show everybody else. If I wanted to send this to a group of people, it's pretty easy. All I need to do is go into the mailing list functionality in Thanks. I can literally just create a new list. So let's just say I wanted to get listings from a certain area. I'm going to send this to people who have home equity of 50% plus. I'm not going to include condos. I'm going to choose my neighborhood right here. And I'm going to pick 100 neighbors who have equity, and I'm just going to buy the mailing list. And it's going to pull the mailing list directly into my site. This is actually asking me to create the rest of my branding here. I think that's a bug, Eric, isn't it?
Unless you're not set up.
I guess it's forcing me to set up, but that was inconvenient. I'll have to tell Walt about that. But basically, I wanted it to add the mailing list to my site, and it brought me through the branding builder so we can send this recording to Walt. But basically, once I build my mailing list, I can buy it directly in the system. I can come into the campaigns section right here, and I can say, hey, anybody on this mailing list, I would like for you to send them my golden letter. So I'm just going to pick a random mailing list here for demo's sake. But I'd say, hey, get my golden note card. My blank image template would be, my brand right here, brand builder image. And then I want to send this note card. And I could say, hey, I don't want to send it all at once, but I could use the even flow staggered sending and say, everybody on this mailing list, say it's 100 people, I want them to get this note card 4 times a year to just keep saying, would you consider selling your house at address to a client of mine? If yes, call or text me. And it would just pick that list, Eric, and it would just send to everybody on that list 4 times a year. And boom, like that, I'm done. I've got a system for generating inbound leads that just runs for me. And then if I want to scale it, I just add more and more people to that mailing list. You following? Yeah, thanks for chiming in. I feel like I'm talking to myself, so I'm making you. Eric, by the way, everybody who's watching, Eric's not a real human. He's just this AI bot I have that, like, when I talk to it on streams, it just replies. Right, Eric?
Right, Brian.
Right. Don't glitch and hallucinate. Don't say anything racist or, too political, okay?
I'll try not to.
Perfect AI response. Beautiful. All right. So let's mess with some golden letters just for entertainment purposes here. Let's go into some different verticals, Eric, because real estate's getting old and boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the usual.
Good job, bot. All right, so let's go back to the golden note card right here, and we've got our. Would you consider selling your house? Give me another industry where there will be a small business owner that we serve at Thanks.io. Don't say anything racist.
Construction or home improvement.
Beautiful. Okay. Can we get more specific?
How about
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. All right. Do you think you might need a new roof at address in the next year? If yes, call or text me at. If you want, you can scan a QR code now to see 5 reasons why now is better than later when it comes to replacing your roof. So this PS is almost unnecessary in the golden letter. And I think, most people don't do it this way. But if I had a lead magnet for roofers or something interesting like it, PS, if you want, you can scan the QR code now to claim a 10% coupon on your next roof repair. Point being that, we really just want the call or text. And we could just do away with PS. But if we wanted to track QR codes, we could. There is a service. I'm going on a little bit on a tangent, Eric. I got this postcard the other day, and I have it sitting near my desk here. That's why I'm up out of my chair looking for it. But I would use call tracking for this. I would attach the phone number to something that you could track the responses. Is what I'm trying to say, and I can't remember the name of the service. What a bummer. When we put the replay of this video up, I'll include the name of the service. It was like a free trial for a month, and $9 a month, and it can track, it can text. There's a bunch of these things out there, but I would definitely use a trackable phone number. So that's roofing. You got another vertical AI bot that maybe we could send a golden note card for?
How about insurance?
Insurance. Okay. Are you feeling like you might be paying too much for your homeowner's insurance? If yes, call or text me. How's that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like vague and curiosity, like, oh yeah, maybe.
So the secret behind that is you're making an offer and hoping to get an immediate response, right?
Yep.
So you're getting pre-qualified people to respond.
Yes. I'm going to add a little here. Maybe I should do this. We've helped a handful of homeowners near your house in the last few weeks. Save in the last few weeks. House and then I can merge city. But anyway, just probably the one question. I'm doing the human tendency to overcomplicate things, but sticking to the one question. Another one for insurance is. Do you have life insurance yet? Just curious. Do you have enough life insurance coverage right now? If you're not sure, call or text me. I don't know. I'm spitballing here for insurance. And if somebody from insurance is watching, let me know. Let me know if this could be better in the life insurance example. And then one more insurance. Just curious. Would you be interested in a free consult to discuss your Medicare options as you turn 65? So we have a lot of people doing like turning 65 insurance stuff. This is very direct. Like you might get a low response rate on this, maybe only 1% or 0.5%, right? But it's very direct to, if somebody does call or text you, they're calling to talk about the very thing you want to sell, which I think is the point, right?
Exactly.
Let's do some other ones. Let's pretend you have a B2B SaaS, even like Thanks is a B2B software service, but let's just say we're a CRM. Let's say we're selling ClickFunnels or high level. Just curious, would you be willing to explore switching? So switching could be anything really. Could be insurance too, right? But would you be willing to explore switching the CRM system you're using for your real estate business right now? your ex business right now? If yes, please call or text me at, or you can scan the QR code to watch a full demo of our platform now, of the Bold Trail platform now. Bold Trail being the best real estate CRM out there. Platform now, right? So this is like you're offering a chance for them to interact with you right away by phone or email, and then the QR code gives a little bit. So I'm riffing a little bit on this golden letter idea, but I don't know, Eric AI bot. Like for me, we see a lot of people come into Thanks.io and spend a lot of time trying to design something with imagery.
Yeah, saying too much and then not saying anything at the same time is what I see a lot. Ultimately, you want your message to be clear, and you want to ask them to do something for you.
Yeah. This is just very direct. It's gold. It is not maybe going to get the same response rate that a marketing asset would if you're offering a free report. But if the person wants that very thing, you're going direct to the main line. It's kind of like being at a bar, I guess. Dan Byrne, who's like this cool folk singer guy, comment below if you know Dan Byrne, but he has a lyric in one of his songs about dating. And he's like, you could just walk up to her and just say, do you like me or are you ignoring me? Like cut right to the chase, right? This is pretty much it. Like, do you want the thing or not? And this follows good sound principles, on landing pages and squeeze pages, where if you're going to do a landing page, you want it to be the way I do things, at least, but the way a lot of people do things, especially people who do a lot of digital marketing and have to make a living, doing digital marketing. They'll go after a page like this, which cuts right to the chase, doesn't have a lot of clutter on it and make the person think too much, versus maybe a full branded page like this, using Bold Trail as an example. But, Thanks.io, here's our full branded page. It's got a whole bunch of clutter and detail on it. It does try to jump into the chase. Somebody changed the headline. Good job, Justin or Mel. I like this. I was looking the other day thinking we needed to change our our headline, but I actually really like this. But so this would be a more complex page, or you have thank you notes. This is a page I drive Google traffic to, Eric.
Yeah.
Right? It's just boom, easy, affordable way. I do have an image, but there's not a lot of option here. And we're doing the same, I'm going to say it, we're doing the same shit or get off the pot approach, because that's really what it is, right? Do you like me or are you ignoring me? Poop or get off the pot approach with these golden letters here. That's really the theory behind them. Do you want the thing or not? And then where I think the plot thickens is where you just send the same darn letter 4 times a year. You send it once a month. The way Capital One sends me credit card offers. Like, do you get those, Eric?
Oh, yeah. Eventually, you might be interested in them.
Yeah, but you get the same credit card offer once a week.
Yeah, I get that American Express thing all the
Yeah,
time.
and you're like, well, these guys, they can afford to hire the best marketers out there. Like, they're not dummies. They've got huge budgets at stake. The reason they're doing this is because it must work. It must. And that's what we see. The people who use Thanks.io the most over and over again typically are sending really simple things. They're not sending Frankenstein designed 100 different images and logos. They're making one call to action. They're doing it consistently over and over again and getting results. And that's what I really like about this golden letter approach. I think it could work for any business. Give me another one, Eric. Come on. We got time.
What about
the bot is glitching.
Thinking about financial advisor or legal services.
Okay, financial advisor.
How confident are you when you're retired?
Yeah, how about if you're selling wills? Like I say, so hi first name. Would you be interested? This is something that's on my mind now because I don't have one. Do you have one? We're in our 40s. I haven't thought much about this.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you do. You're a good bot, but Do you really?
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you about that. I don't know how to do it. Would you be interested in? I need somebody to inherit all my debt. Would you would you be interested in a free one-on-one estate planning / will consult? Now, there's probably a better way to write this that I could ask AI for. In a free one-on-one consult to discuss creating your last will and testament. Now, I'm not in that vertical, but I'm sure there's language that's proper. And then P.S. If you want to know why it makes sense to have a will, even if you're under, so you might send this to people who are under 50 years old, right?
Yeah.
Scan the QR code for a recent recorded webinar we did about this. Doesn't matter. The PS offers supplemental info. You're going straight in for the jugular on the call me now, offering your services. So the free one-on-one consult, would you be interested in a free one-on-one consult to discuss your 2026 taxes now? So an accountant could just send that to new businesses, right? P.S. If you don't already have an accountant, we have a great deal for new customers, new business owners right now who are looking for an accounting option. Scan the QR code to learn more. So this comes in a nice envelope, sealed, looks almost like a wedding invitation. The open rate is through the roof because you get one of these. It doesn't look like, I'm trying to show everybody on the screen here. Eric, you can't see it, but I have the stream going, so I'm just going to hold this up on the camera. But it comes in a nice envelope. It's got a real stamp. It's got some handwriting on it. It gets opened. And then you just do the math from there. Can I get 1 in 100 people who receive this to give me a call? And is that worth it to me? Well, if you're selling a house in a market where the average sale price is $500K to $1 million, like a lot of the country right now, and you get 1 in 100 people to call you and say, yeah, actually, like I might be interested in selling my house to your client. Tell me about your client. You don't have to have a client, but just and you get 1 in 100 of those. Well, with Banks.io, it's going to cost you to send a note card. It's going to cost you under $200. If you're sending letters, it'll be cheaper. It'll be like 140 or so. But would you be willing to pay $100 or so, $100 something dollars for that conversation? And I think a lot of people would, right?
The commission on that's pretty good.
Yeah, the average GCI, and a lot of, if you're doing financial planning, if you're selling a roof and you're gonna do a $13,000 sale, I think that's what I paid for my roof recently. And you can pay $100 or $200 to get somebody to call you who's directly calling you because they want the specific thing you're selling, or they wouldn't be calling you. It starts to make sense. And what I love about mail is you can do this at scale. Like, it's not like a Facebook ad where you turn it on, you have this audience, and it gets tired, and you got to keep like calling your marketing person to like refresh the ad because the leads are getting bad or whatever. With mail, you just go, all right, I'm selling roofs in Pinellas County, Florida. I don't know, Eric, how many roofs are there? Like 500,000?
At least. I mean, it's one of the most highly dense counties in the state.
Yeah. So you start small, you send 100 of these, see what happens. That's what I wanted to talk about. So, and then you can scale bigger and bigger. Eric, you and I have been talking that staggered send even flow stuff. You don't have to go and send $100 or spend like $1,000 today to get 1,000 of these out. Because you could load up 100 of the 1,000, say, homeowners if you're the roofer, and then you could just come into our campaign logic and use that staggered send thing and say, I want all these 1,000 people to get 1 of these a year. And if you do the math, you're only sending like 2 or 3 notes a day. So you're spending like $3 a day to grow your business. You're not going to get as many leads as fast, but it's kind of like a nice drip way to do things, right? Oh, I should have had you up on the screen on StreamYard. I haven't had the bot up on the screen this whole time. I don't think you could see it because it's the Zoom window. Bummer. All right, so that's our mail room. I'm stuttering. That's our mail room for 6/18/25. We talked for 23 minutes, me and the happy bot, Eric. And we'll be live here most mornings at 9 a.m. But really, the truth is we're here every day, every weekday from, what are the hours? 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
Is it 8? That's cool.
Well, Justin's around. In theory, I am too. I'm watching. But yeah, the thanks mailroom, you can hop in here anytime. And we're not always talking about stuff like this. We're usually the room will be empty when you first get in. Our team everybody will get a ping, and then we'll jump in and help you one-on-one to execute some of the stuff we're talking about here. So definitely do that if you want to. And then subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to be notified when we record specific topics like this one today. So thanks for watching.